So, when it comes to facing challenges, the first step is identify the problem or the issue. You cannot, and I repeat, you cannot solve a problem that you do not identify as there or that you do not know is there. Right? So what does that mean? That means you could be dealing with issues of addiction. You could be dealing with issues financially. You could be dealing with issues mentally, right? Like people could come to you and place their problems on you, and it makes it really hard for you to express to people because obviously, if they are comfortable enough with expressing how they feel to you about sensitive topics, they're probably pretty close to you. So it's probably hard for you to say, hey, this is a lot that you're putting on me personally, mentally, and I'm just not sure I can handle it right now. Right. So identifying that, hey, that could actually be a problem. Like, hey, I understand I want to be there for this person, but they may have too much baggage for me personally to bear by myself, right? So step one, you gotta identify your problem. What is the problem? What is the issue that you are trying to solve? What is the challenge? Financial challenge. Where is my money going? What am I spending my money on? What is the issue? Where is the leak? Right? Step two, once you identify the problem, the very next step is start thinking of solutions. I did not say find a solution. I said think. I said think. I said think of solutions. Think of as many different outcomes, possibilities, as many different ideas as possible, right? Once you have done that, I recommend make a list on paper or in your notes, preferably on paper, right? What does this do? By making a list of solutions, you not only get to think of the same problem from different perspectives, but you also so the video cut out. I'm sorry about that. But what I was saying was it allows you to see it from different perspectives, right? So one idea for finances may be, hey, because I have too much going out, maybe I can cut back on expenses, right? So one of your possible solutions could be let's reduce expenses, but you could also decide to increase income, right? So how can I make more or how can I spend less? Both of those are possible solutions, right? And but together, looking at them separately, you get to decide which may be best for your situation. So what I found most helpful is think of it as if you're not the person in your situation. So if a friend came up to you and they said, "Hey, um, I'm not making enough. Do you think I should cut my expenses or do you think I should increase my income?" And they brought to you their financial statement and said, "This is what I'm spending my money on. This is what I'm willing to give up. I don't really, these are the skills that I have to make more," right? Which option would you give them? Would you tell them, hey, focus on your skills and to increase your income, or would you tell them, hey, you may want to cut back on your expenses by giving up this, this, and this? What would that look like for them, right? But that person is you this time. So by just brainstorming as many different solutions as possible, you give yourself the opportunity to pick the best option and not just the one that may seem most obvious. Making sense? Great. Step three, why should you do the thing? Like, why should you face the challenge? Why is this challenge so important for you to overcome? You have to answer that question first. Otherwise, as soon as the challenge becomes challenging, you're not going to want to deal with it. You're going to want to quit. You're going to want to give up because you don't have a reason not to, right? So, why is this important? If it's a financial thing, right? Let's stick with the finances. If it's um do I choose to earn more or do I reduce what I spend? Why is this important? It's important because it probably affects your lifestyle. It probably affects some level of happiness that you have. It probably affects the people around you. right? When you have more, maybe you're a giver. So when you have more, people around you have more. Um, but why does this matter? Why is it important? Like, why should you care to? Because challenges are going to make you become better than you were if you are struggling with it, right? So if I am a hurdler and I struggle with jumping over the hurdle without knocking it over, it's a challenge. I have to become more than what I am. I have to know more than what I already know. I have to be open to coaching. I have to be open to ideas. I have to push myself beyond boundaries I once thought I had, realizing that, hey, I have grown as a person. And that's what it requires. It requires growth. So, in order for you to grow, you have to have a reason to grow. Is it that you want more for yourself? Is it that you want more for others? Is it that you just um you don't want to feel complacent with where you are in life? You just want more. Like, what is it? Like, why is this important? Why does this matter? Step 4, ask yourself, does this affect anybody besides you? At the end of the day, it's your life. You decide what challenges you put your time, effort, and energy into. But is this affecting somebody besides yourself? Right? Is it affecting, like, if it's a financial situation, does that mean that you're a bigger burden to your mom or your dad or your aunt or uncle or grandma or grandpa, whoever it is? Or is there somebody that you would really like to help, but you can't help them because you won't face this challenge? So maybe it's you have a child who's very talented, but you're not very social. And so them performing in music, or them performing in sports, or them performing in whatever it is that they are creatively influenced and talented with, it's hard for you because it causes you to be social. And so instead of facing being social, you would rather have them do those things at home, and it's not to their benefit because it's to less exposures to them. So is it affecting somebody besides you that you have social anxiety? Right? It's not just a financial thing, it's not just an emotional thing. Like, it's in its entirety. Challenges come in all shapes, forms, and sizes. So that's why step 1 is so important. You have to identify what challenges are you actually facing. What is actually stopping you from having what it is you would like to have, or being who it is you would like to be. Step 5, take it head on. Don't Once you decide what solution you think will be best for your specific situation, what does it look like to challenge that? What does it look like to overcome those things? Attack it head on. Attack it head on. Do not hesitate. Right? Don't wait until tomorrow. Don't wait until next week. Don't wait until Monday. Start now. Start today. Start fast. Right? Get the ball rolling. You don't want to hesitate, because when you hesitate, you start to overthink, right? So let it come naturally to you, right? Whatever, build yourself a routine, build yourself an outline. I'm going to do these things, and it's going to force me to face this challenge slowly, right? Dip your toe in the water before just jumping in the deep end. So let's go back to the social anxiety. If you have social anxiety, perhaps you do small things first. Go to the grocery store, walk around for 15 minutes. You don't have to shop, but you do have to go around people. Get used to being around people if it's that bad for you. However, if it's something like you just you struggle starting conversation, force yourself to try and start at least one conversation a week. Then go up to 2, 3, 4, 5, and starting slowly, you get more comfortable. It doesn't feel as unnatural as it once did. But do not hesitate and think that you're gonna start in 3 weeks when you've read this book and you know so much more and you better understand social anxiety. Like, start slowly working, and add the coaching in too, right? Still read that book. Still um watch those videos, but don't stop. Don't stop. Read those books, watch those videos, but don't stop there. Like, actually do the thing. Don't be the person who reads about the thing, knows about the thing, but doesn't actually do the thing. Do the thing. Even if you start off bad, keep going. Every time you make a mistake, look to correct it. Why did I make this mistake? How did this happen? Like, what did I not account for? What did I not plan for? But get started. Step 6, a challenge is challenging because it's hard. So don't expect to overcome every challenge the first time. Be diligent about it. Do it over and over and over and over again. Attack it with better and better and better planning. Right? If like I had someone tell me Rome was not built on blueprint A. They built a blueprint for Rome, blueprint A, but then they ran into some type of problem. So they had to go to blueprint B. Then they was working blueprint B. It was going great. Something happened that they weren't expecting. Something was in the way. So they had to have blueprint C, D, E, F, G, right? But at the end of it all, the empire of Rome was still built. Listen to what I'm saying to you. If you are trying to go on a diet, please don't. Just make a lifestyle change. But I've talked to y'all about that. If you are trying to overcome a diet, you may mess up a few times, but don't stop trying, right? Like, don't stop attacking this new eating shift, this new eating dynamic. Make gradual changes, and every time you slip up, ask yourself, wow, how did this happen? What did I do? What type of environment did I put myself in? What did I not account for? And try again and try again. And every time you fail, make slight corrections and try it again. Because what'll happen is there is no challenge that will defeat you forever unless you give up. So just don't quit. The name of the game is don't quit. That's where your level of endurance has to come in. That's where your level of stamina shows. That's when your why is super important, because some days you're not gonna have it in you to fight that challenge, whatever it is. Finances, health, whatever it is. Your why. The reason you started doing it is because you wanted XYZ thing. Now you asking yourself again, do you really still want that? You can have it, but do you really still want it? It's up to you. I thank y'all for tuning in to another episode. Don't forget to follow, comment, subscribe, all that great stuff. Hit the like button. And don't forget to get your copy of the book. Link is in the description. Till next time. Peace.